I'm Matteo and I work at a company called Balancel. We make batteries for electric vehicles, forklifts and for the home storage. Now, I always knew I wanted to be an engineer. I think that was the biggest part of it. I always liked the balance between the science and then actually making stuff. So I studied mechatronics. It was a bit of both, and I like that mix again because I like where the digital and the physical meet. So I think a lot with especially a sort of BSc type of course, a lot of the learning is kind of scientific and laying the groundwork, and you really go wide and deep, and you want to actually understand kind of how the physics work. And so when I brought that back into working, it was a lot of the things that I'd done in my free time that were really valuable. So tinkering with things, soldering up projects of my own, those are the things that really kind of gave me the reason why the science fit in with the real world. I really would have wanted a different sort of mentor, but then again, you never know what you're gonna, like who you have around you. And I think much more part of that is to take responsibility for your own learning and take every opportunity to learn. Stealing information from the world, finding out what people know and bugging them for what they can do is I found much more useful and much more fruitful for me than kind of diving into one mentorship role or whatever. I never could find someone that was that had that sort of part. So the day-to-day life for me, I might be designing circuits one day, reviewing something with someone else the other day, writing some cloud software the next day. Like it really is extremely varied, but I'm trying to kind of pull myself back from being too stretched because that's been really fun, and it's part of, I think, this approach of like finding out from everyone what's going on. But there's a lot of things that I can focus my attention on, and part of that is taking all the other things and sharing that with other people. Unfortunately, what I enjoy most is the spread, is the exploring all the new things, is the finding out like how we can do something, the challenging problems, two-thirds of the way through a project suddenly realizing that we can't do it that way and have to figure out a new way. And so everything that becomes a problem suddenly becomes sort of a new set of possibilities. So I really enjoy how things fit together. I work with one or two people at sort of my level of experience. And actually together we lead the team that, in this case, is most of the engineering team, most of the new design team. We also have team members who are part of the manufacturing sort of centric workflows, and then also interfacing a lot with the CTOs and the decision makers on that side, trying to make sure that what we're doing is actually fitting with that. Right now I'm walking the line between managerial side and being an individual contributor, and I probably will for a while shift to the more managerial side. While the company is growing, there's so many more opportunities to contribute in places that are maybe slightly wider than your expected job description. But consulting is super interesting for understanding what the needs are in the market, what people actually want, what is hard, like what can they just hire someone for and use, and what do they need to find someone that's dug into a weird little niche and learned about some strange thing that they need. If I could adequately describe to my 19-year-old self what this is like, I think that would have been quite exciting. So I feel really fortunate with that. I mean, I've seen other disciplines that I've been absolutely fascinated by, but you kind of have to pick something, and I think I found something that is broad enough but also has some really, really easy day-to-day useful parts to it.